Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario RPG. Alright, as you can see, we're back in Monstro Town once again. Yes, I said it, once again. Because in this episode, we are not going to fight Smithy. No, I kind of led you guys to believe that we'd fight him in the last episode, but I was wrong. Anyway, there's one last place we forgot to explore in this world. And I kind of think now is the time to do it, before we head on and face Smithy for the final showdown. Anyway, do you guys remember this door way back when, in Monstro Town? If you do, you remember it was kind of blocked off. We couldn't just walk on in like any other door. So it's kind of inaccessible to us right now, or is it? It's been sealed. Look, the shiny stone's reacting. The seal has been broken. Awesome. So now this door that was previously blocked is now accessible. Alright, let's go inside and see what this place is about. Huh, what is going on in here? And who's this? Greetings. I am Culex, Dark Knight of Vonda. I have crossed into this dimension to fight for the Dark Mage. But this world is uninhabitable for me and my kind. I must return to my own world. Before I go, though, I would like to challenge your strongest knight. Will you accept my challenge? Will you enter combat against me? You betcha, let's do it. On guard! I am matter. I am antimatter. I can see your past. I can see your future. I consume time. And I will consume you. Alright, so we're in a boss battle of sorts now. With this guy, Culex, or I think that's how his name's pronounced. Anyway, so now we've got to fight this guy and his crystals. Wow, there's a lot of them. We're kind of outnumbered here, huh? Anyway, so this is kind of a special fight. It's completely optional. It's something you don't have to do for the main quest. But I believe we should do it because it's my walkthrough, and, well, it's just not complete without fighting this guy. Because, wow, is this guy awesome looking. Anyway, so we're up against these 5 guys. Well, one guy, and his 4 crystals, I should say. And it's kind of an intimidating fight, but at this point, I think we should be okay. As you can see, I've left Peach in the party and swapped out Bowser for Geno. Off the clock, I've also changed out Peach's armor, so she can have the Lazy Shell, because I'm going to pretty much use her in this fight as a white mage. Interesting enough that I mentioned it. If you haven't already figured this out, this entire fight is a giant nod to the Final Fantasy series. Even the boss battle music, it's different, obviously. Anyway, but while I ramble on, let's start pounding away at these guys. I've spoken way too long. Anyway, let's get to some action. First thing we want to do is we want to take Mario and use his super jump on this crystal over here, the Wind Crystal. Jump is its elemental weakness, so Mario is good for this. Also, this crystal, if you haven't guessed already, these are elemental crystals, so they'll have different attacks to different elements, like this yellow crystal right here, which just used this attack on us. Use the earth crystal, I believe. Static. And the green one is the wind crystal, which is kind of weird, because there's really no wind attacks in this game. It really is just electric attacks, lightning, and so on and so forth. But, ooh, man, they're pounding away at Mario. But the Wind Crystal is actually responsible for status elements too. He can use those kind of attacks, so we should focus on taking him out first. And we have Peach in here to help us out. I've also equipped her with a item we got way back when, the Scrooge Ring, back from Frogfish's student, which cuts our flower point usage in half, which is great because she has all the healing abilities. Anyway, let's do a group hug, because it only costs us 2 measly flower points this time around. Ooh, man. Anyway. One thing I should mention, as you saw at the beginning of the fight, I boosted up... Wow, that was pathetic. As you saw, I boosted up Mario. That's kind of a risky strategy, because this big guy, Culex, has a ability, it's called Shredder, I believe. And what it'll do is it'll remove any buffs your party has, including attack, defense, and oddly enough, if you use the red essence, if you remember that thing that makes you completely invulnerable for 3 turns. Oh, man. Please don't hit Mario. It's like they go after him intentionally, because he's probably the least armored of the entire party. Anyway, what was I saying? I can't remember now. Anyway, but Mario's the least armored of the party. Geno has the safety ring on, so he's kind of safe in this fight, I would say. From elemental attacks and most things, anyway. Alright, wow, Mario, you're not looking good right now. Do some therapy. I believe the therapy, if I can get the timed hit on it, is actually, yeah, here we go. Here's the Shredder. This is what I was talking about. It'll remove any buffs, including attack and defense, and that red essence, because it turns you invulnerable. I found this out the hard way when I tried to beat this guy earlier on. Anyway, don't use Geno to attack the Wind Crystal. Attack the Earth Crystal because physical damage is what it's weak against. You want to start with those two crystals. That's just my general strategy. But you can kind of do with this fight as what you want, but I like to take out the Green Crystal because he has annoying attacks like Petal Blast and Aurora Flash, and that stuff can be really annoying to your party. Probably not to mine so much because Peach has that Lazy Cell, which will knock out any status effects that they can throw at us, and the same thing with Geno, pretty much. So, zilch. Yep. And pretty much she's impervious in this fight except for, like, physical attacks and certain non-elemental attacks that I believe Kulex can use. Anyway, but when you're not healing the party, you can use Peach's attack. It should be okay because she has her ultimate weapon. Alright, here we go. Here's one of the attacks I was talking about. This is actually non-elemental. Yeah, see, and it still does a tremendous damage even to Peach after she has Lazy Shell on. Anyway, wow, we destroyed the Green Crystal. I didn't even notice. Anyway, so now we got rid of the Green Crystal, we can focus on the rest of the 3 crystals. Alternatively, with this fight, you could probably just go after Kulex. If you defeat him before you defeat the other crystals, the crystals will just pop, and you won't have to fight them. But that takes way longer than fighting the crystals individually, I feel, so don't do that. Or do it. I don't really care. Anyway. Oof. Please don't put him into fear. Okay. Ah, it's weird that missed. Anyway. Let's do a little therapy on Mario. But with this... Ah, man, I can't not get the timed hit. But if you do the therapy compared to the group hug, individually, it will... please... need to be careful. Yeah, Peach is about to go down. Another Dark Star would get her. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. A group therapy... Or group hug, yeah. I believe that's what I was saying. Is less effective than the individual healing that she can do. So if one character's pretty low, then just go with her first ability rather than her second. Anyway, alright. Zilch. Man, that Lazy Shell. It's a bit overpowered in this game, I believe, but... 86. Man! Alright, I'm gonna be careful and just use Group Hug right now, because I don't want Peach to go down. You know, he's not supposed to use Dark Star twice in a row. Like, it usually doesn't happen that often. Alright, there's a Shredder. Alright, let's use a pick-me-up. I would be using Peach's comeback ability, but it does take longer, and there's a chance that you won't revive the character with full health, so it's kind of a risk, but if you're well adapt to, oh man, what I'm trying to say, to getting timed hits, then that's good, but I'm not always 100% with that, so. Alright, let's pound away at this Earth Crystal, hopefully he'll be gone pretty soon. Man, I guess that doesn't count as an elemental attack. That's weird. You'd think that'd be ice or something, but apparently it's not because Geno still took damage from it. Oof. But this fight can be really overwhelming if you're not prepared. If you come in with just the regular kind of armor and stuff, and you're at a low level, you're probably going to get massacred. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Alright, therapy. Because there's 5 guys doing all kinds of attacks, and most of them hit your entire party. A few exceptions, like that, for example. Alright, I'm gonna boost up Mario again. I know I've said kinda not to because he has that Shredder, but sometimes it'll make the battle shorter. So, pick and choose when you want, but I want to get rid of this crystal now. And I'm pretty sure Kulex doesn't do the Shredder every turn, so you should have a little intermission where you can get away with it. Ugh. Mario is the only one taking damage. So overall, it's not a bad fight if you're well prepared, but if you come into it at an early level, you're gonna have a bad time. That's all I can say. Alright, let's do a group hug this time. And try to get... There we go, there's a timed hit. It's really weird, I've never been able to figure out the timed hit for her healing, except for comeback. Man, I swear they target Mario specifically because he has the least armor, the least protection from most attacks. But her healing abilities, some of the timed hits can be kind of difficult to get. I think I just learned that a couple hours ago when I was playing. I don't know. I had to backtrack from the factory in case you were wondering. But alright, let's see if we can finish him off. 408. No. Man, that guy has a lot of health. Ooh, Mario. Come on, man. You gotta stay up. And you could use that red essence like I was talking about, but he could nullify it with Shredder. So, probably not the best use of the item, but if you want my personal opinion, you're not going to need it. Not even in the upcoming fight with Smithy. Anyways, let's use Comeback. Don't think I've used this the entire fight. I'll show you how to... Okay. Right before the star hits the down person, press your Y button, and that'll give you the timed hit, and that'll give you full health. Yeah, here's the Shredder again. Alright. So pretty much that's the general strategy. Use Peach to heal, Mario and Geno to attack. You could have brought Bowser, you could have brought Mallow, but I'm more of a Mallow, or not a Mallow, but a Geno and a Bowser kind of guy when it comes to picking my party members, so that's why I've chosen one of them for this fight. Alright, let's heal up Mario again. Man, it's like I have to babysit Mario. It's a little ridiculous. But what offsets his lower defense is his great amount of attack. Alright, and between these two, if you're going to use physical attacks, target the Fire Crystal because he has the least defense out of the two. And then for the Water Crystal, I wanted to say Ice Crystal. Technically what it's called is the Water Crystal, but it uses ice attacks because there are no water attacks in this game, oddly enough. Anyway, what you want to use on this Ice Crystal is your Fireball attack, and you want to use your second one, not your third one, because your third one will branch out and hit all the other enemies, doing less damage overall to the main target. So, just use your Super Flame, not your Ultra Flame. And eventually, that crystal will go down. But like I was saying, it's kind of weird how they've named these crystals, because they're not really hard and fast with their naming. Because Water Crystal, no water moves. And the other one, what was it? Not the Earth Crystal, but the Wind Crystal? There's no wind attacks. So, anyway, Group Hug? Sounds good. There you go. Man! You gotta watch out for that, but... Alright, let's boost up Mario. The boost does help his special attacks, so this is useful. And I'm not worried about wasting flower points because I have the Scourge Ring on Peach, and I have a bunch of Royal Syrups, I think, in my inventory, so there's that. Alright. I think it takes about 3 Super Flames to get this Ice Crystal, Water Crystal. Alright. Wow, that was a good amount of damage. And one thing you should know, I guess I've never mentioned it before, with the Super Flame or the Ultra Flame, it tells you to hit Y as fast as you can. It really isn't about how much you can mash it in a certain amount of time. It's actually on a rhythm, which is really weird. I've never figured it out until someone else pointed it out to me. Alright. Geno, let's get the Fire Crystal. I believe the Water Crystal will go down before the Fire Crystal. I believe, anyway. Ah, what did I do that for? Man, I wasn't thinking. But, either way, put some damage on those guys, get rid of them so you can take on Kulex. Alright, miss. Aw, man. You really have to babysit Mario in this fight. I just don't even know. I wish there was like a compromise, but with the current gear I have, there's just nothing I can do. I mean, I guess I could have given him the safety ring, but... Oh, yeah, it would have offset his damage. I was just thinking about that for a second. Alright, let's boost up Mario again. Even though he'll probably take it away with Shredder, but, you know, I don't care. Helps me in the fight, at least for a turn or so. Alright. And even though I say to do it in a rhythm, I really don't. I just smash the crap out of it. Alright. So eventually those 2 crystals will go down. We can take on Culex. And the odd thing about Culex is, unlike a lot of enemies in this game, he'll run out of the ability to actually fight. It's actually really strange. I don't know if we'll get into it in this fight. Because you have to wait around a long time. Wow, that was a lot of damage. But it'll come up with something like, or doesn't have FP, or out of FP, or something like that. It's really strange. I guess because all of his attacks are really strong, so like they use a lot of flower points. However that works. Anyway, no, I don't want a regular attack. Super Flame. Alrighty. Aim for 500. Maybe without the boost. Okay. Alright. One crystal down, 1 more to go. And I believe all of the attacks are in a set pattern. I think with most battles that's the way it goes. But every crystal and Culex will attack in order. So you can kind of expect what's coming next. So if you're low on health or whatever, just heal up. Group Hug, I think, will work for now. Alright, cool. I got the timed hit. So, but the nice thing about Culex is that Shredder, instead of damaging you or doing anything really detrimental at all to you, he does that. So, alright. Oh, I didn't mean to target kill Culex, but that's okay. I just like to prioritize and get these crystals out of the way. I mean, this Fire Crystal doesn't really have any really strong attacks against us. I mean, obviously because, you know, we're immune to most of them. But anyway, let's try out a Frying Pan. I don't think... Wow. Way to miss, Peach. Ugh. By the way, what's with this background? I mean, I guess Nintendo just, like, capitalizes on the whole star thing, but, like, everywhere you go, stars, stars, stars. I mean, I get it. The name of the game's Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, but... You know, for this place? I mean, I guess it's supposed to be space. However, we're gonna render that. I don't know. Anyway. Let's just pound away at this guy. Oh man, I thought that was gonna be the final blow. Guess not. But we need to restore our flower points for the time being. I know we're kind of going down to it, and there's only that crystal left and Culex, but just to be on the safe side. You never know, something crazy could happen. Oof. And you do have to watch out because Culex, I believe, regardless of his flower points, can still do a physical attack against you. And that can actually hurt Peach for a decent amount of damage, so watch out for that. But otherwise, it's downhill from here. Alright, come on. Let's get him! Man. Maybe this crystal has more health than the Earth Crystal? Yeah. Alright, Peach. Let's get a successful hit. Ooh, 114, nice. Pretty good for Peach, considering what she has on her. Alright, stars. More stars. Stars in the background. Stars in a gun. I don't know. What am I saying anymore? Alright, come on. This is getting outrageous. It's almost like this thing has more health than Culex. Which, not possible, but... seems like that way now. Anyway... couple more rounds of attacks and that crystal should go down, and we can focus on the big man himself. Alright, there we go, nice. Now we can get on to fighting Culex, which is pretty much the same old routine, just pound away with your physical attacks. You could opt for some special attacks, but honestly, it's just better sticking with your normal attacks and saving your flower points. So, let's get him. Now, Culex in himself is probably... I wouldn't say the hardiest, or the hardest, but because he is the hardest boss in the game, I feel. You'll see the Smithy fight coming up, but this fight overall will be much tougher coming into it unprepared as if you came into the Smithy fight unprepared. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Anyway, but a little fact, this guy has a total of 4,000 HP. That's more than... oh, jeez. I believe more than the Smithy fight, the final battle. Anyway, and then with the crystals, it's like something crazy, like around 8,000, 9,000, I believe. Don't quote me, but... so, this is the longest fight you'll ever have to fight in Super Mario RPG. Anyway, Dark Star. Man, he hasn't run out of flower points yet. It's kind of weird. Well, I guess... Oh, man. You know they have to be going after Mario. You just... There's just no way. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Freebie? No. Okay. Oh. Oh, I just noticed that Geno and Mario have about the same health. So does Peach. It's weird. Usually there's like a big split between people's HP. Usually Bowser has like 200 by now. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of my other runs. Wow. Yeah, that is some kind of devastating attack. Alright. I think I should start doing some boosting at this point. Just because we have more time between attacks. Yeah, there we go. Monster's FP is gone. That's the message I was talking about. So now that we don't have to worry about him nullifying our boosts, we can just power up Mario and swing away. But remember, I'm pretty sure he still has his regular attacks, so make sure none of your characters are at low HP. Yeah, see? So now, he's pretty much going to try to kill us with this annoying message. However that's going to work. Alright, come on. We're doing like an eighth of his full health with Mario now, so this should go pretty quickly. Alright. But overall, this is my favorite boss of the game. Ah, there we go. Awesome. You hear that music? Yeah? Final Fantasy, baby. Awesome. But anyway, so this whole battle was a huge nod to the Final Fantasy series, because Final Fantasy, as you may or may not know, was created by Square Enix, the same people that created this game, so this was their little sneaky cameo in this game. Anyway, we got an outrageous amount of HP, not HP, experience points. What am I thinking? So now we can cash in on that. Mario levels up, awesome. So now we get to enjoy this victory music, which is pretty much in every Final Fantasy game, so that's why they had it here. Alright, so what do I want to do? You know what, at this point I don't really think it matters. Screw the balanced approach, let's go with some more attack, because that's what Mario's all about. Alrighty. Ah, your spirit is strong. Thank you, brave knight. I will treasure this memento of my journey here. Perhaps in another time, another game, we may have been mortal enemies. Let us part as comrades in arms. Take this. Treasure it as our keepsake of our fight. And as you can kind of hear in the background, does that kind of sound familiar to you Final Fantasy fans? It should. That's typically the game menu, the title menu music in most of the Final Fantasy games. It's very reminiscent of it anyway. Anyway, take this. Received a Quartz Charm. Awesome. We'll check out what that is in a minute. Farewell, champion knight. Alright, see you, dude. Wow, that was fun. Don't you think, guys? I enjoyed it. I liked that battle. It's the fight I've been waiting for since I've started this Let's Play, honestly. Like, that's the thing I've been looking forward most to. Because that is just, well, it's just a wild ride. It is awesome. So, if you're playing this game, you definitely need to do this battle. Otherwise, you might as well just start over. But anyway, enough of that aside. We're done with him. Let's go check out that piece of equipment that we just got. Yeah, that's right. Let's see. Jinx Belt, Quartz Charm. And as you can see, it kind of looks like it's a decrease in our stats when we equipped it. However, it's not really. What this thing does, because I've actually looked it up, is it increases your attack and defense by a complete 50%. So, I believe it's better than the Jinx Belt. Oh yeah, and as an added effect, it makes you immune to instant death, so whenever you come up against that, you'll be well prepared. Anyway, so we have this. This is arguably one of the best items in the game, at least in my opinion, that I can get access to. And let's put the safety, or take the safety ring off of Geno and give him the Jinx Belt. So now he and Mario can be some tough hitters. Anyway, so that fight's over with. And now I think we can move on. So that was fun, guys. And, well, I think that's it for now. So, alright, on the next episode, we will definitely have the final showdown with Smithy. But until then, that's it. So, I want to thank you all for watching. I'm Azarius92, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.